Okay, here we go. So this morning was very interesting. Well, last night was also interesting. I went to sleep feeling very weird, uh, and I don't really know where it came from. I asked my partner if she was feeling weird as well, and I don't know if it was something that I ate. It was just strange. I'll keep this close just for sound sake. Um, but yeah, I woke up this morning feeling similarly weird, and right off the bat, the thought of I don't think I'm going to be able to exercise today came up. And I run like first thing in the morning. I mean, it's not the first thing that I do, but it's one of the first things that I do. It's part of routine for me. And yeah, so like the thought came up. It was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. Maybe I should just take the day off and everything. I ended up doing it. Because I just believe in, I mean, if I'm in a state of like physical or mental health where things are like in a really bad place, um, I'm going to do what's necessary to like not push myself too far or too hard. But if I feel like I can like make it work for myself, then I'll do it. This morning I did. Um, and yeah, just like it's important for me to follow through. It's totally important. Um, Again, not everyone's going to follow through with doing something like that, especially if they don't feel good. But for me, it was just like, it just seemed like a non negotiable. And it also seemed like, okay, it wasn't too bad, so. But the thing for me that's necessary to remember, or to, I guess, make sure the word um, is that I'm not in like too bad of a state if I'm going to actually, exercise. Because you could actually end up doing more harm or more damage than good if you decide to proceed with, anything. It doesn't matter what it is. Um, so yeah, it was really just like it was very interesting though because I didn't feel good. Like I felt a whole interesting mixture of things. I felt kind of like I don't know. I felt like sick to my stomach. I felt it was so weird. And then I got on the treadmill and I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna do 5 minutes. I'm gonna run for 5 minutes. And then I ended up doing 10, which is what I usually do every day. So I was like, oh, okay, it was just noise. I guess. I guess it was just noise. Um, it's very important to be able to recognize that. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because if you let your body take over in terms of like feeling states, right? A lot of feeling states can actually take you out of what it is that you need to do. And these feeling states aren't even that like true per se, right? It's just like, oh, I don't want to do it. It's like, okay, well, you're gonna do it. Um, so yeah, that was cool. I basically showed myself that it was more so just complaint and noise, and so I pushed through it anyway. Um, yeah, I understand that that's very hard. So yeah, that's something that's very hard for a lot of people to push through. I was on a walk with my partner last night, and she was talking about like how motivated she is now and everything, and she was talking about like just like consistency and like continuing to like push through. Like, there's gonna be a lot of mental noise on the journey to creating anything. It doesn't matter what it is. There's going to be mental noise of opposition, and the capacity to push through that mental noise and just to recognize it for what it is. Oh, okay. Hey, yep. I see you there. I see you there, mental noise. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going. You do your thing. I'm gonna go for this run. You know, just stuff like that. It's just kind of like pushing through all that stuff. Um, yeah, you just eat. It's that simple. It really is that simple. Other than that, something that's been very interesting for me lately is noticing how I'm feeling, and also not just feeling but thinking. Noticing like my thought processes, my belief systems, and everything, and just like labeling them as like the old self. and then like recognizing the characteristics of the new self, and you know, building on that, creating a foundation for that. That's very important. Um, so yeah, there is a kind of like recognition of kind of like a pinpointing of, and like a letting go of, uh, the old self and everything. Um, and also recognizing what it is that I want for, you know, everything moving forward, and consciously setting a foundation for what I want that to look like. Um, that's where I'm focused right now, and I have a very good foundation for that already, and I'm very excited to continue building on that and expanding that. That's very important for me. Um, but yeah, one of the most interesting things one of the most interesting things that I do first thing in the morning is meditate. And the reason why it's so interesting is because it allows the opportunity to become familiar with belief systems. And the reason why it's important to become familiar with belief systems is because becoming familiar with what's driving you is absolutely crucial in terms of success. You need to understand what is going on in your mental and emotional universe. It's just that simple. Um, so yeah, that's where I am. It's been very interesting being here. I've noticed myself making much better decisions in terms of just things I decide to do. Doing this instead of that takes me this much farther. Okay, cool. Let's do it then. Um, Managing my time down to the second. The interesting thing about building these habits in life, um, is that when this is very interesting. It's very challenging to like try to talk about the past, but all also like realize like, oh wait, we're trying to stop talking about the past because we're telling the story of the future. Um, it's very these all just feed into belief systems. Um, I'm just really happy to be here. I'm in a good place. I'm in a really good place. And despite the way I felt today, I showed up for myself. I'm really happy about that. It's definitely not easy to do that, especially when your body is screaming no at you. But when you come to find that it's just a cry wolf, like, then it's like, wow, body. Okay. It's like, I'm going to go over there now. And there's a lot of cry wolf out there. A lot of cry wolf. And becoming aware of that and actually kind of like pushing through is absolutely crucial. So, yeah. Um, just got to do the work, regardless of whether you want to show up for it, because not showing up for it is not going to help you. It's not going to make you feel any better. If you are in a position that it's just actually a like really really not good. Let me try to say that again. If you are in a position that has you like knowing that it's not a good idea for you to follow through with something, like say for instance, if you've got a broken leg, don't run. Like that's just obvious. Um, but if you're not feeling so good, do a breathing exercise, drink some water, see how you feel, try running. If you can, keep going. If your body is still screaming at you, maybe take it a little bit easier. Maybe not. It's probably just noise. A lot of stuff is just noise. That's just the way that it is.